Hey, this is a Wizard magazine video. I just want to start off by saying that I'm not going to be flipping through the magazines. If you want a really good look at page by page the early issues, um, check out the Cartoonist Kayfabe channel. They leaf through all the Wizards. I think they got all the way up into like issue 40s, somewhere around that. But I'm going to start with uh, issue 1, actually issue 0, and we'll kick it off from there. I've been working on this collection for a little over 5 years. That I kind of started to get determined to make a run of it, at least, the first 20 issues, and then kind of cover like memorable issues to me. My first Wizard magazine was issue 20 with the Max on the cover with Julie, and I probably collected all the way up until about issue 80 or so. I'd read it, not as much as the Kayfabers. I didn't read every article, but I definitely studied Wizard. All right, so these are, to the best of my ability, going to be in order, but there are some that have been leafed out and probably didn't get put back correctly. But yeah, this is issue 0. This one came out, actually I'm not too sure, but definitely during the Marvel movie boom of the early 2000s. Late 90s, early 2000s. So yeah, Wizard really changed its focus at one point, and they got away from being a comic price guide and more of like a media magazine, more like Entertainment Weekly, but directly comic book and science fiction related movies. So that is technically issue 0, but it came out years and years and years after this actual issue 1. I'm fortunate that I have my posters intact, but some of them I'd like to upgrade. This one right here, it's complete, poster intact. The back cover is missing a little piece. Nothing like clipped out, but just like a left corner of the back cover, just kind of torn away, I think. But I really like having this. I always wanted this. I've had a lot of different tributes to this cover, but never actually had the Todd McFarlane original issue 1. September of 1991. I wasn't even officially collecting comics just yet. I was still all about the baseball cards in 91, but I was starting to get interested in comics. I was around them more and more. So that's a McFarlane cover. This one right here is a Javier Saltares cover from October of 91. Now, to start with, the magazine was it wasn't stapled together. I believe the first issue was staples, as you can see, but they quickly switched over to being glued together like a standard magazine. But the entire magazine was on a pulpy, non-glossy, black and white, almost like newsprint kind of paper for, I think, the first 6 or so issues. Now, I think I am going to end up showing my doubles. But this is a really nice copy of issue 2, and they would stick with this Wizard theme on the covers for quite a while. I think it started to fade around the time I came in with issue 20, but there's going to be a lot of sorcerer themed covers here, and this really captures the heat of Ghost Rider mania. Danny Ketch. Some cool zipatone right there. So yeah, they were just kind of starting up. What was the guy's name that did the editorial column? Gerald Seamus or something like that. Oh, okay. Here's my low grade issue 2. This is my reader copy. I'm almost positive no poster, and it might even be like a script issue with someone's mailing address on it. But let's just open this one up real quick, since it is such a reader. and you can just get an idea of, that's not quite yellowing of the pages, that's just the kind of paper that they were using. But I mean, it's nice because you got a lot of price guide. You can see here someone's highlighted. They're after that X-Force 3. They want that Spider-Man 15 and Armageddon 2001 issue 2. So they knew what was up. So yeah, Portasio is on Legion of the Night. So I didn't even know about that book. But Byrne had just putting out OMAC. So they were doing some nice spotlighting. Back cover. But yeah, they didn't have a lot of color yet. This would later be all color. So, yeah, they were just, they had just kind of been funded. There wasn't crowdfunding at the time, so I'm sure they needed investors. But man, already, away with the staples and looking more like a standard magazine. Okay, this is Eric Larson. This is a nice copy of issue 3 from November of 1991. And we have a Simon Bisley interview in there. No One Beats the Biz. That very Eric Larson way of handling Wolverine's mask. I think only he went quite that round on it, but still very cool. Back when the Savage Dragon was just a twinkle in Eric Larson's eyes. So, forgive me, low-grade copy. No poster inside whatsoever. My reader. I have quite a few of this issue. This is a Bart Sears Batman cover to issue 4 from 91. So the first holiday season for Wizard magazine. And they're already getting, they started off with probably the biggest name in the business on the cover, but still going pretty strong. Bart Sears was quite happening in 91. He's not really demonstrating some of his fierce anatomical skills, but everything's probably correct. The anatomy's probably right on point. He's not going crazy with his where the muscles look like liquid dripping on to each other. That would probably come later. He had a very, very popular column in the magazine called Brutes and Babes. Okay, so forgive me. Another nice copy. And yeah, I just happen to have them all in there. I didn't take the time to have just a single representation, one copy of each book. This one's a favorite. This is a Ron Lim. So this is January of 92, the first new year for Wizard magazine. So we started with a cover price of $2.95 in Canada, $2.50 in the USA. At this point, we're up to $2.95 in the USA and $3.50 in Canada. So they're already marking it up a little bit. Let me see. Was that just... Yeah, it stayed at $2.50 until... Let's see. Issue 4 saw the increase to $2.95. So $2.95 and 91 is probably like $7 now. So that would probably be like a kid's comic allowance for the week. I know my allowance, I think I got $4.50 until I was a teenager. But hey, it kept me in Turts and Bazooka Joe. Another issue 5. That's what happens when I was working on this collection. Sometimes I'd buy a small run from someone, and I'd end up with... Okay, here's probably my low grade, number 5. So. Oh yeah, I actually had to rebuy this one recently. I just got a version of this with a poster. This one did not have the poster. What? Why does it say with poster? I probably meant to say without. But let me go get my other copy, just so I can complete it. Sam the man. If you know, you know. Let me get the other one real fast. Alright, I'm back. So this is my upgrade. It does have a subscription crease down the front cover, which is odd, because only the newsstand would have the Hulk gray cover. These are both newsstand. So the one that says it has a poster is the one without. But surprisingly, and understandably at the same time, they did not go through the trouble of giving the Hulk gray version the Gray Hulk poster. No, you would still get this one. So even if you have the poster, it's just going to be green Hulk. It'd be cool, but fortunately no Gray Hulk poster, no matter what you do. You couldn't outsmart them. You can make I'm sure you can make one now. Okay. Oh, the Era of Valiant. Issue 7 from March of 92. So the Hulk issue 6 was February of 92. But here's a nice Barry Windsor Smith. And we see Exo Manowar vaporizing a Merlin cap. So still running hard with that theme. But yeah, some really nice Barry Windsor art. And I don't know who was coloring these, but there's something really, voila, just magnifique about the colors on these early Wizards. It's so like airbrushy. It's almost what we would call tacky by today's standards, but you know, I like it. It's not sophisticated at all. Another, you know, of course I think Davis got me one of these too, so I had a couple. Now this is actually a really famous image, and a lot of times you'll see this. This is actually from 91, and we're already on the April 92 issue, but this is issue 8. And you'll see this image a lot of the Los Portacio Bishop with all of the wizard garb. And it's just like Portacio sells a print of this at his booth. And they do away with the wizard background and all the blurbs about the articles and the guide to comics. But it is still very much Bishop with this purple wizard cape. And if you didn't know the context of that, you kind of wonder if Bishop was a magician in addition to being a time walker. Oh, this is a great one. I don't even really know this artist. Whitman from 91. I looked it up. I couldn't really find anything. Maybe someone won a contest and they got to do a wizard cover, but Batman 2 had just come out, so to give you an idea, May of 92. I remember that. It's so funny that Batman came out and it's a Christmas movie. Batman 2, I mean to say. But that's a really nice Venom. Strapping Venom and bent on world domination. So the wizard tie-in is just kind of these stars. I guess, I don't know why I thought that was like a globe. It looks more like a level on Mario, like Mario Go-Kart or something like that. But that's a really cool Venom, right? I always thought that was a cool one. I would see the back issues. I didn't really know how to collect old Wizard because dealers weren't selling them at shows or anything, except for maybe issue 1. Surprisingly, this one was a little hard to find. I have some of the cards. I can't say exactly when they started to bag Wizard magazine. probably early on. I do have some of the cards, but I'm not trying to complete the run of all the little inserts and everything. But here's issue 10. This is from June of '92. And this is interesting because we see Rob Liefeld drawing Shaft from Youngblood, and obviously Cable from the Marvel Universe, notably New Mutants, X-Force. There's a really cool early Beavis and Butthead, like early when they were still like huffing paint and torturing defenseless animals. May God forgive them for their atrocities towards the animal kingdom. But there's a really cool one where they're in Anderson's backyard, and I think Butthead spray paints X-Force onto the wall. So, or I think it says X-Force rocks. So, yeah. Beavis and Butthead were down with some Liefeld. And look at that arm, man. That arm breaks all the rules. Those guns look pretty good, but that arm, it's unusual, man. It's unusual. I think Liefeld drew really well back then, and I should include that. I mean, by the way he's drawing now, he's a little too far gone. I think he drew really well back then. I don't pursue his stuff these days, but I definitely like this stuff back then. I had a real good time with his Hawk and Dove miniseries. Oh, okay. So this is 10 months after the inaugural issue. This is July of '92. And Todd is now back with a Spawn cover. And I felt compelled to include that I do have the Spawn trading card. And seeing how Spawn is already a 10th degree black belt magician, they just threw up the stars in the background, because Spawn, he's got a finite amount of magic. Like, I don't know, they used to keep track of it. They used to like give you a clock of exactly how much he had expelled, you know. It wasn't like hey Al, can you pass the salt? You know, little razzle dazzle, and he goes down 10 points. Ah, why did you ask for that? Just get up and get the salt, bastard. But yeah, if the Violator tore a hole into him, he would have to mend, and it always came at the cost of some magic. Or the one time he wanted to go see Wanda, and he could only conjure himself, and he looked more like me than Al Simmons when he shows up at the door. And he met little Cyan. That was really sad. I remember, I think I might have gotten a little weepy after that one. Why can't Al Simmons just have his Wanda? Damn Terry Fitzgerald. Alright, so Jim, we don't celebrate Wildcats like we should. Zealot is even breaking the rule of covering up the issue number 12 with a canon. But this is from August of '92. There's the founder. What did we say his name was? Jacob? Ripclaw? No, not Ripclaw. Warblade and Zealot. And we got some nice magician paraphernalia there. Here's my other issue 12. Same deal. Same everything. I don't even know if like I have some other newsstand. Oh, I do actually. So this one is a direct, and this is the newsstand. I don't know if the newsstand came with cards or not. A lot of times they wouldn't do that stuff. Now here's another cool Ghost Rider cover. This is from an artist called Nelson. September of '92. More of that kind of cool airbrushy, soft artwork. I believe Nelson's an artist on Vampirella. That's what he kind of got into. It's a nice cover, though. He's kind of like calling you out. Another one. I think it's my nicer of the two copies. So that's cool. That's issue 13. All right. So who is this? Art Thibert. Art Thibert, because Jim wasn't drawing X-Men anymore, uncanny or regular. Jim was gone. This is issue 14 from October of '92. It came with a Cyberforce card and a Neil Adams interview. And once again, we're obscuring the number of what issue it is, but that's okay because that's Rogue. She can do whatever she wants. There's Jubes. No bubblegum. Maybe that's the problem. But low blood sugar. Jubilation needs some juicy fruit. Juicy. Issue 15. We got another Portasio, second cover. It's been about 7 issues since his famous Bishop cover, but from November of '92. We got a Billy Shatner interview, and it was a Jim Lee trading card at one point. Long gone. But this was Wetworks. I think Wetworks took a long time to come out, so they might have just been forecasting something that was a long ways away. I think Portasio had health problems, and Jim, who ran what was Homage Studios at the time, later becoming Wildstorm. I think he wanted Portasio to draw it, so he postponed Wetworks. This is from Davis. This is Wizard 16, a Del Keown interview, and a DC poster inside. So I guess you don't get this cover as the inside. Usually the cover will be the interior poster. But so we got Sam Keith, we got Del Keown. Oh shoot. This must be like a gatefold cover, because I left a memo that there is some Liefeld artwork on here and some Jim Lee. And they're already like flexing like what a good mag they have. And as you can see, we're on really nice glossy stock paper. Here's a little, I guess there was maybe a Neil Gaiman interview. But we're on really nice paper, and even like the top 100, all full beautiful color. And the price guide, even, okay, the price guide's still black and white. They weren't going to use the inkjet for those little example issues, but really nice looking magazine. Great to take on vacations. A little too nice to, stock as bathroom reading material. You wouldn't want to take it in there. Get messed up. The shower, the steam from the shower just wilt the book. But we got a David Lapham cover. Another Valiant issue, January '93, the second new year of Wizard. We're still rocking some Wizard garb. Do this a little quicker. This is still like the first 2 years, so. Oh wow. Yeah, it's all Lapham. And there was some pretty cool ads, all the companies were coming after Wizard. They wanted full page ads in the magazine. And there's a lot of soda pop, Skittles, bite-sized candy, video games galore. Still, I think maybe Super Nintendo had just come out. I have kind of thought about collecting Nintendo Power, but they're just too expensive. I can't do them. I considered it, and I got stopped at issue 1. You can't get a presentable issue 1 for under $100, so that stopped me in my tracks. Another Spidey cover, issue 18 from February '93. Mark Bagley. So that's going to be our cover. It's going to say, well, I have it on the back, actually. Cover Mark Bagley. Venom poster inside. Screw it, let's take a look. It's going to be a long video. It's going to be a bonus video. Oh, previews guide. Previews has always been like a phone book. Oh, okay, that's what we weren't seeing. Carnage. See that all right? Cletus Cassidy. So, yeah, these really are a time portal. You'll never get quite an experience. The only thing that even compares to it, you have to like find these blocks on YouTube, like 3 hours of uncut with the commercials, like MTV. We put one of those on, like it was a morning mix from '91, you know, Boys to Men, and then Red Hot Chili Peppers. Like, it was a little early. There wasn't that much grunge yet. I don't think there was really any. It was really a lot more like Joey Adams and yeah, it was still very Salt and Pepper. You got to go a little further down to, you know, get like Alice in Chains, Stone Temple Pilots, and then like House of Pain thrown in. That's what I loved about MTV. They would show different genres of music all the time, and if you wanted to like wait for your video, you had to sit through all of them, and you'd end up kind of liking some of the stuff that you weren't, you know, it didn't really fit your style or anything. Issue 19 from March of '93. We're on 93, right? Yeah. So here's that guy, I think, that drew that really nice Venom cover, named Whitman or something. I don't exactly know that artist. I don't know if he stopped doing comics or what. But if anyone knows, see, it looks a lot like Bart Sears. But if you know this artist, hit me to who that is, because I'm at a loss. Here was my first issue, April of '93. So I was finally ready for comics. Batman animated series, the X-Men show, all those things. And I was drawing Wolverine, and I was ready. I still love baseball. I still love baseball cards. I still watched baseball games, but something was infiltrating my collecting habits. And it had more to do with artists and writers than athletes and game scores, you know? I was evolving. Here's a Jay Lee cover. Oh, you get a coupon for the Max 1/2 with that. That's a good book. The Max. Jay Lee, May of '93. This was for Youngblood Strike Force, I think it was. Shaft, Chapel. Just a guy that, you know, Rob Stoll wanted to basically draw Deadpool. He came up with ways. Whew, this is a good one right here. From December of '93, we have issue 28, Matt Groening cover. Classic Bongo Comics. Really cool. We got Barry Windsor Smith article, John Byrne, and Matt Groening. I thought it said Matt Grendel for a minute. I'm like, who's Matt Grendel? Am I thinking Matt Wagner? We got another Spawn cover, and this one is Bart Sears. It's not his best though. The layout has just always been a little off on this, and we're up to $4.95. This is an oversized issue. Typically the mag would be $3.95. We'd worked our way up $1.45 since our inaugural issue, but this is a big one. This was a solid $5. And I think it's 300 pages. And yeah, it's just not Bart Sears' best. His work on The Violator is great, but this cover's just always been a little off balance or something. It is a fold out, and yeah, I'm sure it's not one of his favorites either. Oh, wow, our first Casada cover. Okay, hold on. I'm jumping around here, aren't I? Okay, yeah, I officially have gaps in my collection. Okay, so I don't have like every issue going forward, sadly. Issue 36, Casada. Oh man, look at you got Casada on Spidey. Man, we gotta crack it open for Marvel Joe. Big Joe, Big Joe, Big Bad Joe, Big Bad Joe. That's great, man. Look at how freaking cool. What an era, man. Here's some more Bart Sears. What a time to be young. What a time. What a time, man. Yeah, by this was already 94. So yeah, August 94, you know, we'd already lost Cobain, so that was the end of an era there. Obviously, I had big things on the horizon though. I think Pulp Fiction had just come out, so there was going to be something really exciting in my life to obsess over. Here's issue 39. This is you get back-to-back Capullo covers. Issue 39 from November of 94. And this is Angela fold out. Capullo just drew a really nice Spawn. Really nice Spawn. And here's Capullo on the following issue, December of 94, issue 40. Another fold-out cover of Violator and his bros. Cool family. It's good to see them get along. And then we got some Jim Ballant. Here we have issue 48 from August to 95. And here's a personal favorite. This is in my top 5. I love this one. Unfortunately, not a fold out, but from December of 95, issue 52, and it's Del Keown. It's a great cover, man. It's fantastic. Really cool, man. All right, give me a second, and I'll get into the second box. These are the ECW magazine size, so that first broken up issues of what I have up to 52 in there. We'll get cracking on what I have in here. Other issues coming soon. All right. So we left off on issue 52. This is issue 64. This is a Joseph Michael Linsner Angela cover. That is from December of 96. So these are my high school years. And I think I was buying Wizard at the gas station by the school at this point. I think I'd already lost my first LCS, and then it would come back. I don't even know what issue this is. It's like a sneak peek. I don't think... Oh, it does have a number. It's 66 from February of 97. Pretty obvious why this one's in the PC. Painstaking effort. Roxy, always somatic grunge for... Well, he's just breaking her heart, you know. eyeballing Caitlin like that. Sensitive bastard that he is. All right. Oh, I guess I got a bagged 64 as well. For whatever reason. Whatever this one does, this one doesn't. Anyway. Oh, very nice. You would get the little thing to mail away for Wolverine 1/2, a check for $2, or maybe even $2. You might have been able to send the money in the mail, but from November of '97, issue 75. So just in time for Halloween. Great Stephen Hughes. It's a great Spawn cover, issue 77 from January of '98. 7 years into it, we still had McFarlane doing really good covers with Capullo this time. It's a famous issue. To me anyway, I remember this one. Issue 95 from July of '99. I was officially out of high school. Actually, no, I was still in high school. I had to finish through homeschool for my last year. Boy, this is a funny looking issue. Issue 183. I don't even know if these are in order anymore. What year is this from? I can't even tell anymore. Here's issue. They don't make it easy. Issue 184. I might be jumping around like crazy. This is when it became just a movie magazine. They'd really... The industry was changing. People were changing. Comics were out. Comic book movies were in. Yeah, I mean... it gets pretty rough, man. I'm not gonna lie. Hayden Panettiere, Heroes, and Lost. You'll notice, no more McFarlane covers. Even McFarlane was far from Spawn. That's why all the Spawns from this time period, June of '07, are big dough, Jill Jones. No, wait. What's her name? I'm not sure. But issue 103, so sucks when you buy these and someone had scrapbooked it, but what can you do? Yeah, we are out of order here. There's a Frank Show cover on 134 though. Here's a nice Campbell. Issue 165 from... I don't even know. Don't even know how to read the cover anymore. That's nice though. We got a comic artist on it. I mean, that's good. I like that. It looks like Wizard still. It's another nice Campbell cover. 97. So I gotta rearrange these a little bit. Batgirl and... is it Spider-Girl or Spider-Woman? Eesh. They put the wrong Fantastic Four member on this cover. Issue 165 from Lord Only Knows When. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say about 05 though. Yeesh. Here we go. If you're gonna go with the Fantastic Four, it's pretty obvious what you put on the cover if you want. I mean, Yeesh. And lovely. You got Frasier on the cover. Oh, here's a nice one. Nice Silvestri. Issue 170 from 05. So you did get a glimpse of what it was going to become. But this is... The industry was fighting back. We were still getting comic art on the covers. And just because that's such a nice angle to be celebrated. This is cool. She didn't actually end up playing Eva in A Dame to Kill For. That honor went to another actress. But here is issue 177. Here is issue 179. This was for Fantastic Four 2. Got the Silver Surfer in there. And they're like still using the picture. Like the cover was so good. They're like, you guys remember that cover? It was pretty cool, right? Yeah. You know, like wizards like elbowing you in the ribs. You remember that one issue? Oh, now forgive me. This is the beginning of Wizard variant covers. So these are both issue 179s. Now I get it. Ah. Okay. Joke's on me. Guess I'm the asshole. Oh, here's a nice Jim Lee cover. I definitely ship Voodoo and the Grifter. So here we got issue 182 from 06. Go through these a little quicker. This is from 07, issue 187. Remember when people really got back into Goonies? Around this time? Lovely Rose McGowan. Here's issue 192. Lost. I understand this guy played a pretty cool Spock. Quintano. Spider-Man 4. So this is 07, issue 194. A lot of talk about heroes. A lot of talk about heroes. Oh, here's a personal favorite. This is a bagged version. I got this bagged. Issue 206 from December of 08. Scarlet. This is from December of 08. What was this one? Oh, all right. We're back into that variant cover duality here. So you got Greg Horn on one, Scarlet on the other, and they're both talking about Watchmen. That Watchmen movie, pretty good. No complaints. No complaints. We got a cover from 2009, issue 215, with Art Adams, Phil Jimenez, J. Scott Campbell, Mark Silvestri, Lee Bermejo, and Tony Harris. Probably that one right there. Where's Bermejo? I don't know. If Bermejo's not drawing Bruce Wayne's John Thomas, then I can't recognize his art. But here's 217 from 09, November 09. I'd like to get more of these. That's a Buffy cover by J. Scott. Buffy. Okay. You just got the Zelda book in there for some reason. Because why not? This looks like a really cool Finch cover. May of 05. And then I got issue 187 on the back of that. Oh, okay. Just got a horror mag right here. I guess this is just where it kind of becomes a just a magazine box, sort of out of Wizards. But here's that it's that one cover by Darwin Cook of the beautiful Power Girl. I covered this one up because it was taking damage. It's such a fair cover, you know. Smallest little thing could rupture the surface. You got to look out for that damn tape too. Even shipping tape, or what am I using here? Painter's tape isn't always gonna leave the best impression on the book, so you gotta be careful. Okay, what else? What else? Wizard Summer of 06. It's just like a movie jamboree special. But you know, yeah, there she is. I guess I got a lot of doubles of this one. Cap, issue 220 from January 2010. Pretty cool. What we got here? This is just like a Spanish classified ad, but it's got that actress that played Marilyn Monroe. So in she goes. In she goes. There's a Frank Miller mag. I got this for my bro, but I take care of it for him. A Beavis and Butthead mag. We got here 2000 AD. Just like Wizard movie stuff. And that's about it. I mean, you got just like more movie stuff. Like Spider-Man or Wolverine would be on the cover almost every month. And, you know, that's what I have. I'd like to get more, like, you know, obviously during the Prime era. What was the goal? I think I wanted like the first 60 issues. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, if I can get like the first 50 or 60, I'd be happy. But I kind of fell out of the habit of buying them. But, you know, if I see them, maybe I should carry a checklist. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Kind of a bonus video. Just going to throw it up. Not even concerned if like I spaced it out enough between the last video. Here's just something extra. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a great one. And those are Wizard magazines, man. If you had to be there, you kind of had to be there. To be there and going through puberty is magical stuff. Pre-internet. I didn't have cable. If I wanted to watch music videos, I'd have someone take a blank tape home with them and record them for me. And yeah, this is a crazy time, man. Bubble tape. Just crazy. They were making Ecto Fruit Punch, you know. But it was great, man. I'm an old fogey now, but I was in my prime. I was in my prime for the 90s. Wouldn't give it up. All right. Goodbye.